come back. Pull up, shorty, one lead me to the back. Pull up, back. Ain't been in here 15 minutes. Got a pocket, wall to wall, Chris Brown. Hey, my people, how are y'all doing? I missed y'all so much. I know you missed me too. I missed you guys so much. Let me tell you, this month, not even this month, the past 2.5 months has been so hard. Like, y'all don't even understand. I've been through a lot in the past 2 months, which is why I haven't been on YouTube that much. I've been popping in when I could to make a video, but for the most part, it was more a physical thing. I just physically couldn't get on camera. I just didn't feel well. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me and my woes. Let's talk about selling Tampa. Yes, I will be doing an episode by breakdown of selling Tampa. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. So, y'all give me a minute, y'all. I'm trying to roll back into my judge of like reviewing, so I'm a little nervous. I don't know why I'm a little nervous. I ain't been on camera in a minute. Anyway, so if y'all know Selling Sunset on Netflix with, Christine and what is it, Christine or Christina? Christina, a little other white girls over there, right, on Selling Sunset. Now they in Hollywood. Now we over here in Tampa. Now, I never really heard of Tampa being like the wonderful area that everybody want to live in. I mean, it seems like it's cool for what it is. The houses that they showed were really, really nice from what I saw. But let's get through it, okay? So, Selling Tampa, episode 1. So, we see two beautiful, again, this is an all-black cast, two beautiful women. They looking at a house, okay? Everybody shows up. All of the ladies show up, okay? And we're looking at an $8.5 million house, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house. This house, I believe, is kind of like the centerpiece of the season, kind of, sort of. And the commission on this house is $270,000. Now, see, when I think about it, like when you say that, like, oh, this house is 8.5 million, you're thinking you'll probably get a really, really big ass amount. No, you're only going to get $270,000. And that makes sense. I'm actually working on getting my broker's license. So that's why I found this really, really interesting. But no, because the commission that Sherelle gives her agents is kind of like standard to a degree. So you got to work hard for your money. But $270,000 to like the average person, that's a lot of fucking money. So we meet Sherelle, okay? Now, Sherelle was in the Army at one point in time, but she is now the boss of what they call Allure Realty, okay? We also come to find out that Sherelle is dating Chad Ochocinco, which I didn't know. I guess that's how a lot of people know her, but I don't follow him or care about him, so I didn't know that. But that's a tidbit. Then we meet Colony, okay? Now, Colony is showing a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom, 12,000 square feet home, okay? The home is worth $6.5 million. The commission on that would be $165,000. The commission on these, I'm sorry, even though I know percentage-wise, a lot of people will be like, what? But that 165, that's how much people make in a year. A lot of people, and that's on the upper end of shit, okay? Now, she talks about how she was one of the very first agents to be at Allure Realty. So we meet her and her client, Cho. Cho is a good-looking black man, okay? My boyfriend gonna ask me, does that turn you on? No, but I can see why it turns other people on. Oh, so how can you see that it turns other people on, but it don't turn you on? Because he's not my cup of tea. But I can understand why, looking at him, why people would be like, oh, yes, let's go for him. But no, not for me. Anyway. Then we meet Anne, and Anne reminds me of as soon as I saw her and like I heard her talking like her personality a little bit, she reminded me of somebody I went to school with named Samaya. Shout out to Samaya if she ever sees this. I love her so much. Like, she has a wonderful personality, super bubbly. Like, Anne is not as bubbly as Samaya is, though. Samaya's like way more bubbly, but they just remind me of each other in a lot of ways. Anyway. So we look, like I said, Anne is the same age as me. Anne is 27. She talks about how she doesn't like authority and she's going to go see Colony. Now, Colony and are really cool, okay? Colony talks to us. I believe Colony is, no, not Colony. Anne is Haitian because when she gets to the house, she meets Cho. And Cho, I think, is Haitian too. So they start talking, you know, what is it? Is it French, right? French and all that other stuff to each other. So yeah, so that was cute. So then we move on and we go to dinner, or we go to this little lunch. And the lunch is Sherelle, a woman named Joanna, and another woman named Tennille. Now, Tennille, I go up for because Tennille gives me very much, you know I'm in this luxury marketing spot. I mean, you know, luxury real estate marketing and stuff like that. But I will easily take off these earrings, kick off these shoes, and we'll get a pop, and I'll take it back to where I'm from. That's the energy Tennille gives me. She gives me very much so, bitch, I'm really about that life. You hoes act like y'all about that. I'm really, really, truly about that. And I love it about her. Okay. So, like I said, that's when we learned that Chad, Ochocinco and Sherelle been together. Now, she said they've been together on and off for 2 years, but like, I guess consistently for the past 9 months. And he lives in Miami. She lives here in Tampa. So they go back and forth to see each other, I believe. Joanna talks about how her relationship is long distance currently. Now there's like a little conversation we see, I won't say conversation, but we see little confessionals of all of the girls, and all of them pretty much are saying that they call Joanna HR because she is always in everybody's business. She's always micromanaging everything. So that's what they call her. So then when they're talking about Sherelle and Chad and them going back and forth to see each other, I think Sherelle said something to the effect of like, we try not to go more than 3 days without seeing each other. So like either I'll go to him, or I think it's mostly her going to him. I don't know if he ever really comes to her. But Tennille pretty much was like, well, I don't really know how much she really going to see him because we barely see her in office. She comes in maybe every 3 days, even if that. So then we learned that Joanna has been married for 5 years. She has a 22-year-old son. I'm like, yes, bitch. You look, let me say something. First of all of the ladies on this cast are fucking gorgeous. Every single last one of them. They're beautiful Black women across the board. The different varieties of shades. Everybody there is beautiful. Everybody there is beautiful. Want to put that out there. But no, Joanna looked like she, in her like early to mid 30s, she looked good. Okay, I would have never thought she had a 22-year-old son. She looked good. Okay. Now there's a conversation that takes place about, you know, they're going to end up having this event. Sorry, when the girls first got together in the beginning, they talked about how they were going to have an event for this $8.5 million home, okay? Now, Sherelle, Joanna, and Tennille are talking about the way that the girls dress. And when they're talking about the girls, they're mostly talking about Colony and Ann and saying how they pretty much dress like they're going to the club. Now, I want to say this, and this is not in defense of anybody, but I'm going to be real. If you go online right now and you even attempt to put in like business, I don't want to say business casual, but like they are selling business clothes as like club clothes are being now sold as business clothes, if that makes sense. Like even from the tops that you get to the bottoms that you get, just the whole outfit, everything has been turned into a bodycon club, Kim Kardashian, Ari type of outfit. Fashion Nova. That's what all of the outfits are nowadays. Not to say that you can't find it. I'm just telling you what's actually put out there in the forefront. Just saying. So they talk about that. So then we go when we meet Renna. Okay, Renna is a beautiful light-skinned woman with a little short haircut. Okay, she is looking at she's selling this 4.4 bedroom, I don't know how many bathrooms it is, but 4.4 bedrooms, and it's $1.1 million. The commission will be $33,000. And she was actually the very first agent at Allure because her and Sherelle were neighbors before, when Sherelle was married before. So Sherelle has, I think, 2 children with her ex-husband, I believe. I think it's her ex-husband at least. And she used to live next door to Sherelle, so they were friends as couples and stuff like that. And that's how, you know, they pretty much got the thing started. Renna was actually a lawyer. And what else did she say she was? Something, an engineer and a lawyer. I said, ooh, girl, first of all, you're smart as hell. Second of all, you must really love school. Third of all, you obviously wasn't too sure about what you wanted to do because you bounced around a lot, girl. And those aren't like small things to do. An engineer and a lawyer, you will never not have money. Just saying. Anyway, let's move on. So then we see Colony and Ann, and they're out together and they're talking. Now they're talking about how they refer to themselves as the cousins because they the younger ones and they refer to everybody else as aunties. I ain't gonna hold you. I would too. I'm not gonna hold you. But that's the thing, but they the fly ass aunties. Like they not your typical, like your aunties today ain't the aunties of yesteryear, okay? The aunties today is fly. You a fly auntie, but you are an auntie, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. So I found that to be really, really funny. So then we have Joanna going over to Sherelle's house. Sherelle's like really, really upset and she's crying. And come to find out, Sherelle's mama's house caught on fire and burnt down to the ground. Wasn't nothing left but the Bible. The Bible didn't burn. The Bible did not burn. That's not the first time I ever heard that either. About like a house burning down and the Bible not burning. Just saying. So she talks about how she may have to leave. Now, this brings up the thing of, okay, if Sherelle has to leave, you know, we have this party going on who's pretty much going to manage it. Now, obviously, Juana's like, you know, don't worry. I'm going to handle it. Juana, again, I don't know if I said this before, but Juana and Sherelle are very, very, very tight. Very tight. So this is probably going to cause a problem because none of the girls like Juana because they feel like she's a micromanager, and she is. She is. No shade, but she is. So Brenna ends up selling the house, okay, that she was showing. Get that bank, boo-boo. Get that bank, boo-boo, okay? So then they have a meeting at the office. Office is really cute. It does really look like is that? No, I was going to say, is that how all real estate agents are set up? Obviously not, because I've seen plenty of real estate agents inside. But I wonder, does Netflix tell them, like, you guys have to set up your interior like this way for whatever, like, camera purposes? Because their setup is exactly like selling Sunset. The difference is that with selling Sunset, the twins, they have a desk in front like everybody else. Like they have a desk out front, and then like where they go and talk to people is like in the very, very front of the office. Like it's really weird versus Sherelle's is backwards. She actually has an office and it's in the back, not in the front. Anyway, I just wonder, does Netflix tell them that they have to set up their place like that for like filming purposes? Just wanted to know. Anyway. So when they go to have the meeting, everybody except Sherelle is there. And Joanna, of course, explains, you know, what's going on with Sherelle, and pretty much that she's going to kind of like be overseeing things for the time being. So, of course, all the girls got an attitude because here come this bitch thinking that she run everything when she don't run everything. Hate that. Like I be seeing on Facebook, or whatever, Twitter, whoever, it's like, which employee do you hate more? Do you hate the employee that snitches, or do you hate the employee that acts like their manager when they're not? Baby, I hate the latter, because at least the first one, I know you're the work snitch, right? So I'm not going to be around you and do nothing stupid around you. But this one right here, who swear up and down that she's a manager, telling me I need to clock out, why did I take so long for break? Bitch, you not my manager to be asking me that? That's who Juana is. She's that girl, okay? So in the meeting, Joanna says, I just want to go over really fast what cocktail wear means. And all of the girls like, oh shit. And then Colony and Ann is like, I guess that's for us. It is. It is. It is. It ain't no shade. So yeah, it ain't no shade, but the girls looking a mess. So then we go to the event, okay? Sherelle does show up. She said everything was cool with her mom. So then we see the marketing photo of Allure. So it's pretty much all of the girls except Brenna. Now, I'm going to be fair about this whole situation, because later on in the night, like Brenna sees the picture, right? We'll just get this part out of the way. Brenna ended up seeing the picture, and of course she feels some type of way, like, why wasn't I included in the marketing and stuff like that? Now, Brenna goes on to explain that all of the other girls were saying that she left early, but Brenna is saying that's not what happened. Who was late? Ann or Colony? One of the girls, either Ann or Colony, was late. I think it was Ann that was running late, and she was an hour and a half late. So because of that, they had to start the photo shoot late, and then Brenna ended up having to go. So her argument is valid. It's not that I left early, because I didn't leave early. I left when I was supposed to leave. She came late, which pushed everything back. So why is it that I'm now getting penalized for somebody else being late? And she's absolutely right. And I don't think that it was right at all for Sherelle to put up that marketing photo and you not have Renna in it, especially when Renna has been one of the first people to be there with you and help you build this from the ground up. I think that's fucked up. However, on a very, very vain note, that picture without Renna was fire. I ain't gonna hold you. The other pictures I saw with Renna that they showed, it was all right. They was cute. But that picture, I ain't gonna lie, that was the one. Everybody was looking fire. Everybody was looking fire in the picture. I ain't gonna hold you. So I get it and you're right, but I also understand because the picture was super fire. Anyway, so then we see Ann and Colony get out, and to me, they looked like they were going to the club, especially Colony with that blue ass dress. You absolutely looked like you was going to the club. Ann looked like but Ann was a little bit better, and I'm only going to say mostly because the dress was black and it was a little bit more like, regular cocktail going out. So Ann looked like she could have been going to the club, but she also looked like she could have just been coming from a really nice, cute date. Colony, you absolutely look like you was going to the club. But y'all in general do give we going to the club right now vibes. So I understand. I get it. I understand where everybody else was a little bit, So, like I said, then the whole argument happens about the whole photo shoot and, blah, 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 blah. So that was pretty much the first episode. I thought this was a cute episode to give us establish a little bit of everybody, of who everybody is, where I feel like the turmoil gonna come in a little bit. So yeah, y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. I will be back tomorrow with the review of this second episode because I gotta go get my hair done. So I'll be back tomorrow to do that. But y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Sorry, tell me what y'all think in the comments. I'm out. Bye.